So on Monday, we were able to work on a practical section. We were able to build an omelette site. Okay, so the the main thing was for us to center the div using one of the CSS layouts. So just part of it. That's not like the full class. We'll still have the full class on positioning under the CSS layout, but the other things that were inside the container was also one of those things I wanted us to look at. Just have to be clear. Who left the meeting? Sunday have left the meeting. Why? Join my connect to my laptop. Okay, so today and on Monday we'll still be looking at that same example so that we can really understand what we are trying to do. We don't want to rush anybody. So today we'll be looking at how to do this. Let me my screen still delay. Let me get the all right. Um, where's my so this is the default one without the background, while this is the other one when I added the background to it. Okay, so for this particular project we want to do, let's just go straight to it. So I didn't create any folder yet, so I'm going to go and create my folder. Go to new folder and I'll call it what is it called? So I think it says hello. Yeah, so I'll just say hello site. Alright, so I already have my VS Code open. I'll just open it on my VS Code. Go to file, go to open folder, and I'll go and select the folder. So say hello. So I just click on it once and select folder. Okay, so the next thing for us to do is to create our index file. So index.html. Okay, so let's just type this thing. So put doc type html, close my bracket. Then the next line is html, close my bracket. Then I'll open, still loading. So I'm just going to close it myself. html. So I'll press this enter. So inside my HTML, I'll open my head tag. Still loading, so I'll just type in myself head tag. Then inside my head tag, I have the title tag, right? Yeah. Have you joined now?
Yes, yes. It
Title
is.
tag is slow. Title. So inside I'll call it say hello site. Okay, so I'm done with the head tag. So under my head tag, I'll open my body tag. Alright, so we are good to go. So I can push this down. So we would be using the external CSS file. So I'll just go to new and create my external CSS. So I'll do my style.css, enter. And now I need to connect it. So I'm going to put it inside my head tag. So I'll do my link, rel, style sheet, double E, then my href. So just name. So that's style.css. My friends, now we are good to go. So let me explain what we are working on. So this is just the main one. So like we did the other one, we will look for how I want to put it at the center. Alright, so we have a container, a bigger container here, and inside the bigger container we have a container inside it. So I'll just probably give this one a class name called main container. So inside this main container, you can see the edges are curved, so border radius, and you can see some shadow around it, box shadow. Okay, so inside the container we have a title saying say hello and a paragraph. This is like what we are using lorem, so just like a dummy text. Okay, and you can see they are centered, so I'll just probably put my title tag and my paragraph tag inside a div tag, and I can put my text align center so I can be at the center. Alright, if you look at my container too, you can see the spacing, okay, is they are not close to the box, the container. So this my main container has a padding inside, alright, and it's affecting everywhere, even at the top too. Then if you look at this, you can see here, I think nowadays you see form like this, like more advanced form, they will not even put like a title there. It's just this placeholder you'll be seeing. So this is not a horizontal line, okay, this is a border bottom. So this is a form. You want to collect user details, user name, email, and probably a content, maybe an address that will be inside the message, or a message for the user, message for the company that put out this form out there, and this is a button. So for your what you use and collect user details, you use what input tags, right? So these are input tag. In this name is an input tag with a type of text. This is an input tag with a type of email. This is an input tag with a type of text too. So this is not a text area. If it's a text area, it looks different from this. Alright, so what they did is, your input type, your input usually come with a default border around it, that box around it. So what they did is on the CSS was to remove that line around it, that border around it. Then they only gave it a border bottom. So that border bottom, they gave it maybe 1 pixel solid, maybe they gave it white. I know that this our container here, the background color is black, so obviously our white is gonna show. So that's what they did for this, and this. And this is our button here. Button has a text of send message with a background color and a little border radius. The edges are not really sharp like that. And the text inside the button is white. So this one is very, very simple. So the background color of this big container is, you can see, is gray. So I just changed the background color instead to a background image. So I went to get my background image online and I inserted it here. So I don't want to put my image yet inside the folder. I'll just go and search online so that for next time, because of the last time what happened. Okay, so let's start. We already have our stuff opened. All right, so Like I said, I don't like to touch the body tag. I would prefer creating my own div tag. I love that. My own div tag. Div tag. Then this div tag, the div tag is going to serve as this big um container here. Then I'll create another div tag inside that is going to serve as this small card. Alright. So inside the div tag, I'll create another div tag. Yep, so we are good to go. So this my card div tag. I'll give it a class name. I'll call it card container. You can call it any name you want to. Okay, so let's open our CSS one side. Still loading. This guy is not here yet. Volume is not there. So let's start. Inside my card container, we have a title saying say hello. All right, so let's use H2, and I'll say hello is already there. Then the next one is a P tag. I'm going to use the lorem. So let's move this down. It's just short text that is there. Alright, you can delete to this point. Yeah, so I think this is fine. We've deleted the round, so let's bring the closing of that P tag. So P. So that's all for that. The next one is our input tags. So we have input, input, input. You know, input are inline, so I'm going to put them in their separate divs. But for your input tag, you have to create a form, hope you remember. So I'll create my form tag. Then the first div is going to serve as container for the first input. So input, then a type of text, then the placeholder that is there. You can see a text there showing the title inside, a placeholder. Remember what placeholder is? Yes. So placeholder of name. So let's give that. So placeholder name. Alright, so we are done for the first div. I'm going to duplicate this. So this one is for email, type email, then placeholder email. Alright, then the last one is message. So this one has a type of text because it's a character. Then placeholder message. Okay, so then we have the last one, the button. So D. Then we have the button tag. So the button is saying send message, I think. Let's confirm. Send message, yes. Alright, so we are good to go. So this one is me doing the HTML first, then I'm now go to my CSS. So let's run this on our browser. I'm going to run here. So open with live server. Where's my? So let's wait for it. Alright, so we have it here. I think I zoomed in, so that's why it's very tiny. So let me zoom out. So we have as here. So let's style. So what I'm going to do is I want to remove, the first thing I do is to remove the extra margin and padding from our body. So I'll do M0, then P0. Alright, and you can see the text there. I'm going to be using the default font family. You can see how it's looking like. It's not the normal font style. Okay, so I'll just use the font family. I don't want to use the Google font. So font family, let's use the cursive here. Alright, let's check it out. Alright, so it's working. So let's give this a background image. A bit background color first to see what I'm working with. So background, let's put it at the bottom. Let's put it at the bottom. Background color, say gray. Gray is too dark. Let's increase it a bit. Alright, so now let's move it to the center. So this is what I want to move. This container itself, I want to move to the center. Let's go and trace the container. So this is the container. It's called card container. Alright, so the card container, you're going to put your positioning because that's what is going to the center. So what is the name? It's called card container, right? So I'll just copy it, okay, to be sure that I'm not writing something else in my CSS. So this is a class name. I'm going to use my dot first and the class name card container. I'll put my curly braces. So the first thing I want to do is to give it a color. So let's give it a, so it's showing white there though. Okay, it's not showing white. Let's give it a color. So I'll give it a background color so I can see what I'm working with of white. Alright, so let's check that out. So this is what we have. You can see the width is full width. Let's resize it, give it a height and a width. So width, let's say 300 pixels. Let's check that. So the width has reduced. Okay, let's say 350. 350, yep. And let's give it height. Let's say 600 pixels. Okay. 600 is too much, so let's stick to 4, let's say 450. Alright, so this is fine. So let's move to the center using one of the CSS layouts. So position, how do you use that? The first thing is to write your position. No, use a position to put it at the center. Position. So anytime you want to move elements, you want to move div, you want to restructure, you have to pick one of the CSS layouts, and one of it is the position. I said we have 5. Okay, so centering is not part of it. So position, absolute. Okay. Next we have top, 50%, then left, 50%. Then we have the transform translate. So transform translate minus 50 minus 50. Yeah, that's for x and y axis. You know why when we get to the class, that particular topic. So you can see it's already at the center. Very, very easy. So now we can give it a background color. What is the background color? I think it's black. So this particular container, and let's give the edges curved edges. Let's give them curved edges. So background color, instead of white now, let's turn it to black. Alright, so let's check that. Yeah. Then all the texts are gone. Okay, let's stick to white first so I can turn them there. Let's go back to white controls. Correct. Let's go back to white. Okay. So let's put edges. So let's make the edges curved. I'll use my border radius. Then let's say 10 pixels will be fine. Alright. Let me see if it's not 2. Okay, it's 2. It's not up to this. Let's stick to, let's say, six pixels. Okay, so we want that shadow over it. Okay, let's see. So box shadow. So one is for the horizontal, vertical. So let's say 3 pixels for the horizontal, 3 pixels for the vertical, and the other one is the blurriness. So let's use what is there. Let's say 8 pixels. Then the color. Okay, let's use what is there. So horizontal, vertical, then the blurriness. Let's check it. What is it here? Alright, so you can see the something there. Alright, so let's work on the, this is close to the edge. Okay, so I have to put spacing inside it. So space, so let's use our padding. Still inside our card container. Padding, let's say um 15 pixels for all sides. Okay, we are not specifying now, for all sides. So you can see, okay, let's make it 20. um, so 20 pixels. All right, I think this is fine. So now let's start moving them. So you can see how this looks like. It's at the center. So I'm going to put, since they're already in the container already, they're together in the same container. Oh, I didn't put them in the same container, so I can put them. So H2 and P tag, I'll put them in the same container because I want to center it. So div, then I'll paste the H2 and the P together. Alright, then I'll give it a class name so I can style the div. So class, I'll call this title container. Alright, so let's go and start it. So I'll come here. Let it be before card container, so the case I'm looking for it. So title container. Check if you spelled it well. Open my curly braces. Then I'll just use my word text align to move text. So you want to move text, you use your text align, then I'll do center. So text align left, right, and center. That's what we have. We don't have up and down. So you can see it's at the center. Alright, so if we inspect the space between this H2 and my paragraph is too much. You can see the spacing here. So if I should inspect, you notice that it's the extra padding, both the H2 and the paragraph came with. Okay, you can see the space. So I'm going to reduce it. For the H2, let's remove the margin bottom. Okay, so let's go and style our H2. So I'll call the parents, but see the H2, I want to style H2. This is the one that's more important, H2. So margin. So at the top, I think the top one has more, there's still more space, so you can increase it a bit. So top 30 pixels, right 0 pixels, bottom let's give it 0 pixels still, and left 0 pixels. All right, so let's see that. All right, so you can see it has dropped a little more, has affected up. Okay, so and the text, I think they added, you can see the font family they use is different. Let's check if we have that. So I'll use font family. Is there, I don't think they have. I've used cursive already. Let's do this fantasy. Oops. So we can just stick to cursive. They don't have that signature font family. I don't think it's any of this. So you can just still stick to the one that we use on the body that we're preparing. Alright, so let's move to the paragraph tag. So the title container, then p tag of my curly braces. Let's reduce the margin at the top. So the margin between here more, still looks small. Let's reduce it. So margin, okay, so the top I'll just give it exactly, let's give it just 10 pixels, right, 0 pixels. Bottom, let's close, let's see the bottom if it's neat. Okay, we'll move it. So 0 pixels, 0 pixels. All right, so this is what we have. I think the width is too big. Let's do 300, then 400. Yeah. Okay, so let's reduce the size of that paragraph. It's too big for me. So font size, say 12 pixels. Okay, let's increase it a bit. Let's say 13. All right, so this is fine. I think the color is white, so let's just use the color. Colors are white, so I can put it here if it's gonna affect it. So color, I'll put it on the container. Color white. Tell me to start putting them separately. So the text is under the container of the white. So let's go back and put this to background color black. All right, so it's coming out. What else do we need? So the next one is to go to the input. Do you have any question for now? Okay, so input, this is what we have. So if you see the input now, you can see it has a background color of white, and the placeholder, okay, placeholder is still okay, and is close to the top. It's supposed to be at, there should be a space in between. Okay, there should be a space in between, a little bit jam packed. I think the color of that paragraph is gray, not really that white, not really that thick white. So I'm going to put color here, and I'll say gray. Then let's add more white. So I'm going to move it up. All right, so this particular input now is close to the top, so I'm going to bring them down using my margin. Okay, margin is the space outside. So this is the div that is holding all of them. Okay, I can just specify that form, since it's not a class, it's a tag form, and I can do a margin top, but I can just write everything there. Margin, so top, let's see 30 pixels, then the other one 0 pixels. It's still too close. Let's say 40. I think this is okay. All right, this is okay. All right, so let's start working on the input. So the input now, you can see it's not full. It's not stretchy to the other end. So what are we going to do to the input to make it occupy the full width? We've done it before.
No, put a bit of square as this thing and put a bit of red on it.
800, 100 pixels.
Sorry,
100%, I mean.
100%.
Yes, so if you see that something is not stretching to the other side, you have to increase the width. So make the width 100%. All right, so let's go. So it is, you notice that it's the input. All right, and why they are stacking on each other, you notice that they are on top of each other, is because of I put them in a div. Normally your input is not a block tag, they always live side by side. So I didn't use break 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 break, I just put them in a div, and div just stack them on each other because it's a block element. Div is a block element. Alright, you can see I didn't use any break here, so take note. Okay, so let's increase the width of the input. Alright, so I'm going to say form, then input. So the way you style your input, alright? So let me not just write it, let's go and check on my so that in case. So how to style input in CSS. So everything you need is online. Let me not just type everything. So how to style inputs in CSS. So let's go to this CSS form under W3 school. Alright, so you can see their form. Let's just see one of this. Try it yourself. Like I said, this W3 school also help you to practice. Okay, if you want to practice, you can practice on W3 school. It's very important. I also use this W3 school too. Alright, so how do they start their input? See their HTML first. So you can see their HTML. They have a label for this first name now. I think they put them in the form tag. Okay, your label, first name, you can see the first name there. But we are not using label, there's no label here, just the inputs. So the inputs, we have a placeholder already and the type of text. Okay, so how do they style their input? You can see how they style their input. So input type of text. So input type of text, you can see the square brackets on it. Are you here?
Yeah.
So command select. So this select, so you know when you want to do group styling, you use your commands to do this or that select. There's a select option there. So just look at how they style the input here. Input, then open your square bracket. Then the type. If the type is email, you change the type to email. If the type is tell, you change the type to tell. If the type is date or password, you will change the type. Okay, so this is how you style your input. So input, open your square bracket and put the type inside. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So input, so let's put our square bracket, then type is equals to text. Okay, so we have type of text and email here. So we'll do for email later on. Then open our curly braces. The first thing we want to do is to increase the width to what? 100%. Alright, so let's see that. There's our code. So you can see it's stretched to the end. So let's do for email. So I'm going to duplicate this. So change this to email. Alright. Okay, so if you notice that this side now is now different from this side. This one now tinier. So why is because it's because of what we call the box sizing. The um the content of this and also the margin and padding affected it. So what we are going to use is to use what we call the box sizing. So box sizing, use border box. Let's see what it does. So border box adjusts it for us. Okay, so let's do that too for the email. So border, but box sizing. I mean. So box sizing, then border box. Let's see it. So we have this. All right. So the next thing for us to do is to remove the background color. Let's change the background color. So you can either do background color black or you can do background color transparent. When you do background color transparent, it takes the parent background color. And what is the parent background color here? Black. So whichever one works for you. So I can do background color transparent. That means take the parent color, parent background color. You can see it's black. Okay. Then I can copy this then do it together with this. So we have this. But you can see that they are jam packed. Okay. We're going to use what we use. What I want to use to separate the is it margin or padding to separate each input? Margin, yes. So let's use margin. Or you can also use it on the D, whichever one works for you. But let's text aligns for text now. To move text. Mm. We're not moving anything. I just want to just give space in between the inputs. Alright. So let's use our margin. So we use margin for only top and bottom. We don't use for left and right. So margin. So let's use one for the two values. The two values is the first one is for top and bottom, while the second value is for right and left. So for top and bottom, let's say 20 pixels for top and bottom, 0 pixels for left and right. Okay, let's see for the text. All right, so we have this. So let's do that too for the email. Gonna copy this, then paste it here. Okay, so that means it's kind of too much. Let's say 15 then. 15, 15. Okay, so we are good to go. But if you notice, the text too, I'm trying to type inside, but the text is not showing. So let's put a text color white or color gray, whichever one. Let's copy the color of that paragraph. Let's copy this. Let's paste it here and paste it here. Alright, so you can see it showing now. Okay. So if you notice, when I click on it, okay, let's remove the border first. You can see the line around it. So it's called border. What you're working with does not have that line. You can see it's just okay. So border, let's remove the border. You can say none, you can say 0 pixels, whichever works for you. So copy this, paste it here. Okay, so it's fine. Now we know how to add the border. Border bottom only. This line under it, just border bottom only. So how do you use the border? Border bottom. So you can say 1 pixels. I said the size of the line, the kind of line, and the type of line, and the color of the line. So if you have not forgotten, 1 pixel solid black or whichever one works for you. So copy this, then paste it here. So we have this. Okay. All right. Are we here?
Yeah.
Let's make it gray like that. Okay. Um. Do we add it to the oops, not here, color, Ctrl Z. Yeah, just put gray here. Okay, so we have, let's increase the line around it. That 20, let's say 18. Then 18, yeah, the margin, let's increase the line. Oh, right. So, but if you notice when I want to type, this this something comes on it. I don't want it to this line around it comes on it. I want to remove it. Okay, so what we will call the outline. Hope people remember this outline, and I'll say none. Okay, so let's see if it's gone. So I want to type. You can see it's gone now. I can now just type without it. Let's remove it from the email too. So paste. Alright, so you can type, and that line, that border is no longer showing on it. Any question? Okay, it's interesting now. So let's work on the button, this button here. Okay, let's work on the button. So this is the button here. I'm going to need to put a class here because I want to move it down. So I'll call this button container. Alright. So I'm going to copy this, then come here to start dot this. Then let's use margin. Um, let's use margin. I want to put margin, but margin top. So margin top, let's say 20 pixels, and others 0 pixels. Okay, I think this is fine. So the button has a background color of this, a darker gray, then a color of white. Then it's full width too. So let's go and style the button itself. So I can post the name of the parent container, then button. You can see the tag here, button. So button, open my curly braces, background color, let's say gray. Let's see the gray, dark gray. So this is it. Let's make it full width. So width 100%. I see. But you can see the space inside it is too jam packed. So what I want to use is it margin or pattern?
This was inside.
Yes. Padding. I'll flog you. Padding. See the space. We need more space inside this thing. We use padding. You want to give space between this button now and this input, you use margin. But if it's this tag inside, you give space inside, use padding. So padding. So let's do only for top and bottom. Let's say 10 pixels for top and bottom, 0 pixels for right and left. Don't need for right and left. Okay. Can you see? Voila. Okay, so let's give it. You can see there's a line there. We don't need the line, so we do border none. Border none. So you can see it's gone. Let's give it small border radius. Let's say 2 pixels or something. Border radius 2 pixels. Okay, and the text there is white or gray or more light. Let me call the color. Color. What do we use? Let's use this color here. It's not really that white. Alright. I'll give it black. Okay, it's white. So let's put it to be white. Oh, you love that white. Okay, this is fine. And you can see this. Can I use my data?
Yes.
Yeah. So let's change it. You can see the font family for this input is not the same with this. It's not the same with this. So let's go and add it to it, and let's reduce the size of this input. So font size, let's reduce this first. Font size, let's say 12, a little bit smaller. Let's see how it looks like. Okay, this is fine. And let's add the font family to that. So font family, um, cursive too. So I'm going to copy this too and duplicate it in the email section. Yeah. Okay. Then um, let's do that on the button too. Yeah. Okay. If you see my button now, it's button. If you look at my button, see when I hover on it, are you connected? Are you connected? So are you looking at my screen? I want to do something. Are you looking at my screen? Use the no, I'm using the Airtel senses now. Use that one. Connect. So if you look at my screen, when I hover on the button, are you see my screen? And that's where I am. So if you look at my button, when I hover on it, you can see there's supposed to be like a hand that I want to click on it, but it's not showing. So I'm going to add it to it. We call that cursor. Cursor, and I'll say pointer. Alright? Cursor pointer. So you can see there's a hand. But this is not, it's not reacting to me. I want it to be like, okay, let's add this studio class. They call it studio class. Okay. So if you notice when you go online to search for something, okay, let's just search for um, HTML. So if you look online, if I should scroll down, you see that these are linked, right? Because when I click on them, it takes me somewhere else. Okay. But look at this one is color purple. That means I've visited this link before. If you look at this other one that is color blue, I've not clicked on it. We call that studio class. You can look at this one color blue, I've not clicked on it. But this one that you have visited, you see that it will just change to purple. Okay, like this one now, it shows I've clicked on this link before. You can see it's showing HTML. The color is purple. So we call that studio class, and you can change it here too. Okay. So for links or for anything, we have what we call the active state, the over state, the visited state. Okay. So for this my button here now, I want the background color to change when I use my mouse to hover on it. Hover means when your this hand is on it, like it's hovering. You know what hovering is? Okay. So I want when I use my mouse to hover on this button, the color should change maybe to white. Okay, and the text to change to black. Do you understand? Go to the classroom and click on the link again. The classroom, you've opened it already now. See it at the other end. Yes. So how do we do that? I want to do it on the button. Okay, when I hover on it, the background color should change from gray to white, and the text inside should change to black. So we call that over. So when I hover on it, you can also do when I click on it, what should happen? The change, something should have changed. Okay, the link should have changed. Or that's for the link on its own. But over you can ever do it on over. Okay, so it's for the button, right? It's for the button.
Yeah.
So button container, I don't they are giving me once to do it step by step. Uh, so button, I've clicked on the button. Join. So we have this already. Now I want to add the pseudo class, the ovary for that particular button. Okay, so I'll put a semicolon, a colon, and I'll put my over. Okay, then I'll put my curly braces. Now I'll now put the styling I want to happen. I want the styling that to reflect when I do this particular ovary. First, I want to change the background color. So background color is going to change the background color to what? White. All right. Let's see that. So when I over on the button, you can see the background color has changed to white, but the text there is not showing. So I'll now change the color of the text inside the same ovary. So color, I'll change the color to what? Black. That's how you um know how to, you can see it's now reacting like it's reacting like interacting with the user, but there's not really actually anything. So type my name. So let's react to this form. Type my name, my email, let's send at gmail.com, a message, testing, then click on my form. Wow. So let's change this background color. Let's put a nice background, but this one is still fine. This big background color here. Yes.
But I think it's like this before.
Yes, I have two. So I want to also teach you how to put a background color. This is the main one. Okay. This is another one you can do. Putting the background color. I think we need to deploy this so that you can, instead of you screenshotting, you're going to post it. So you just send me the link. And you can also send it to people, like your friends. Okay, so we're going to deploy this class after this. So we still have enough time. So let's add a background image to our form. So I'll just go online, search for, let's say, nice background image. Okay, so we have some nice one here. I think this one is fine. Yes, this one caught my attention. So I click on it once. Oh, you can see the width now, 643. So it's not going to full my screen. So you look for another one. Let's see this one. I see it's on to 635. So let's go to um which one? That's what I clicked on, like 600 or something. Let's click on this one. This one is 700 or something. Okay, let's say nature. Okay, let's see this green. 600 or something. Okay, this one 800 and something. So this is how you be looking for background. These are 5,000. So we can use this one, it's more, but let's see, we can see some other ones. I stop, it should come with its own copyright. 700. Let's go back to the other one. Yes, so we can use this one. So 1,920. So I'll right click, save image as. Hopefully it's in the format, picture format you want. So you can see here JPG. Right, so let's save it. Please mute your mic or reduce your. So we've saved it already. I'll go and check my download. Obviously it will go there. So go to my downloads, where my downloads. Then I'll go and cut it. So to be sure, you can over on the picture, you can see 1920. So I'll just cut it for me. I don't want it to be here. Then I'll go and put it in my folder. So it's not coming from. So double click, say hello, then I'll paste it inside here. So I'm going to rename it. Should in case you copy yours and it's bringing a long text or character name. So I can just call this background image. Okay, so we can now go back to our code because it's already there by default. So you can see it here, background image. So let's put it in our, I don't want to put it in my body tag. Put in your body tag fully, but let's put it, you can still put it in our body tag. We're going to put it here. Let's put it here as class. And I can call this container, just container. Alright, so come down here, dash container, open your curly braces. So how do you put, let's comment this out first, the background color on the body. So container, how do you add background image? You know, this one is different from adding image on your HTML. This is adding a background image using CSS. So use your background image property. Background image, then URL, then open your parentheses, your brackets, then put a quote, be it single or double quote, then call the name of the image, so background image, then click on it. You can see the color is not blue, it's this same color with others. Alright, so let's check it. So it's not showing. Why? Let's add it to our body tag. Oh, wait. Let me use my forward slash this. It's not still showing. Let's add it then to my body. So I'm going to copy this and put it on the body tag. Yeah, so it's showing here. I wonder why it didn't show on the body tag. So we have it showing on our site already on the body tag. So there's no need to put this. So if I should even comment this, it will still probably work. This container tag, because it's not useful again because there's nothing we did with it. Let's comment this. Because it's still working. There are some people prefer using body, but me sometimes it might give issues. Any questions? So now let's deploy this. Instead of you screenshotting your code and sending me the browser, let's deploy this. Let's make this link. This link that we have a URL, let's make it public so that I can send it to whichever one I want to send it to and the person is going to see it. But remember that this is not responsive yet. Okay, what is my responsiveness? When you check it on other, okay, explain. Yeah, so um come in a way that you can view it on your phone without any like inconveniences you are going to minimize or something. Okay, but it might just be at the center of your phone because right now people don't carry laptop all around. It's their phone they carry, so it will just be probably at the center because this is just center. So now let's deploy this. So the first thing you need to do, because of you, this is your first time, you need to, I'm going to send it to the group. First, you need to install, so download Node.js. I'm going to send the link to the group. First thing, download Node.js. So let me open this. So this link, you go and get it on Slack or Classroom. Um, all right. So I'm pasting it here. Set Classroom too. So I'm gonna. That's the first thing. Okay. So this Node.js is gonna help you push it online. It's very important. The other thing we need to download is um, Git Bash. So Git Bash. So this is the Git Bash. I'll click on it. Okay. So you see Windows, Mac, online, whichever operating system you're using. So copy this to, then paste it to the code. So I already have this installed on my laptop, so come here, paste it. So that's the two things I'm going to download and install on your PC. The next thing is to create an account with this tool. So this tool site is going to help you to host your project. The first one is the GitHub. Yeah, so github.com login. Oh, let me do sign up. If you have GitHub, no need. So GitHub, I say GitHub, sign up. GitHub. Yeah, so this one. So you go and create an account and be very careful. So you have to do it before you go though. Because if you're not careful, they might just block you from not using the site. It will be very bad. They suspect any thing that is looking fraudulent or something, which is so you go and create an account using your Google account to create the account with them. So you have to sign up and they'll be sending you codes on your Gmail, so you have to check it. You have to have good internet connection. So that's the first one. So this GitHub, apart from deploying your project for you, making your project have a public link so everybody can access it, it's also for code tracking. Okay, it can help you to track your code. Maybe you and your friends are working on a particular project and you're not in the same location. Your friend can push his own code to the GitHub, you two can push your code there, and you still have the same thing. You can get his own code from there. You can fetch his own code from there. You can also fetch your own code from the GitHub. So that's how important and that's how useful the GitHub is. The other one is for hosting too. We have Netlify. So these two. So we're going to be getting two links. Okay, so Netlify sign up. So you want to create an account with Netlify. So for example, you've already built a project and you want to host it. We use it too now. Everything. Yes. We use Netlify and GitHub to push your download. That will be downloaded to your PC. This one is to create an account. This one are web applications, they are websites. Okay, but it's application because you can do a lot on it, but you can access it on your web. So it's a web app. So let's yeah. So just need to have an account with them, that, or so it's also used for deployment. We'll push our projects to the site and it's going to host it for us. So like I said, if you maybe you collected a gig from a client, you can host the project. Sorry for taking me here. You can host their project here and you just buy only domain name to save you some costs of spending more. We also have some other one, but this are just the two we'll be using. So I don't know why it's taking time. This is I'm already logged in already, so that's why it's by default taking me here. Can't be reached. Oh, it's logging me in. So I'll just copy this link, then probably it will take you to um, where you are gonna sign up on. So this is the last one. Last one. Now, so let's push this our project online. Let's make it public. I'm going to start with the Netlify. I'll show you one way you can. So there are two ways you can deploy your project on Netlify. Okay. First is to upload the folder manually, but that one has disadvantage because to make any adjustments, you have to delete that one and re-upload another one. Okay, so the other one is you have to deploy first on GitHub. Okay, when you deploy on GitHub can see also even give his own link so you can share it to your friends or something. But you can also import your project from GitHub to Netlify. So you have three links you can do manually, GitHub link, and also the one you import from GitHub to Netlify. Okay, so for that one now, if you make any adjustments first after you deploy to GitHub, if you make any adjustments, maybe there's a correction, you can go back to your code, your VS code, make the adjustments and push again and it will get the updates. You can see that one is faster for the GitHub. Yeah, so even the one that you imported from GitHub to Netlify to still have the same updates. Okay, so far you've pushed to GitHub. All right, so for example, we are working on a client project and trying to make some adjustments. Since you already pushed to GitHub, you can just come to your VS code, make the adjustment, push back. It's live back. Everybody's happy. All right. So I've attached all the links that will be you'll be needing. So let's push this. The first one is the Netlify. Okay. So I'm going to sign up. Oh, sign in. Oh, I'm logged in already. I have an account. So I'll log into my Netlify undefined. This from your side to my side. So you can just type Netlify. Log in with my email. Okay, let's see. If they're having issue with their site, cannot read property undefined. Which one is undefined? Type error. Okay, let me see if I can sign in with my Gmail. not sign in my Gmail. Let's use this one. Has been blocked. Authentication. I've not used it to sign in before. Let me try the other browser. So, verify. So I take it, I might not use the manual one. All right. So login with email, login. So they're having issue with their site. So let's just do only do GitHub on today. Okay. So because of you've installed your Git bash and your Node.js, now you can push to GitHub. So the first thing you need to do is to create a repository. So I'll go to my GitHub. So this is my own account. Alright, so this is my account. Lesson. Sign in. Am I not signed in? Yes. Can I see it? Yeah, so this is gonna be like your interface. This is like the projects you've worked on. Repository are the projects you've worked on. Okay, so you see a plus sign. Now your plus sign behind it, you see a drop down. Still losing. Okay, let's still wait for it. Alright, so this plus sign, click on it. You see new repository. Okay, so new repository to take you here, then you put the name of the project you are working on. Don't put assignment 4, assignment 5, or this is like the project's name, maybe employer, because if you go to the market space, okay, they will ask you if you're in this field, they will ask you to send your GitHub profile. And they're now seeing project name like assignment 5, they'll be wondering what is going on here. So you just put the name of the project you're working on. I can just call this CLO site or form. Okay, so you can see the name is not taken, so I can take this name. So you can try to write a description about the project. All right, then you can try to make it public, leave it as public, and don't touch anything here. Then you click on create repository. All right, so this is the interface. This is your username. This is my username. This is the name of the project, your repository name, and these are the tabs. So you can click on this, takes you to the various tabs. Okay, you can click on this. If you want to delete this repository, maybe you made a mistake, you can come to settings and scroll down, you see delete. Okay, so let's go back to code, the first tab. All right, so you can see this is how you're going to this commands. Okay, because this when you want to push from your VS Code to this, you have to follow some step-by-step commands. This is by default. This is what you're going to be needing. I'm not the one that wrote it, so but it has some meaning which I'll be explaining along the way. Okay, if you decide to upload the folder itself here, if you make any adjustments, it's not going to take it, it's not going to reflect. So it's better you follow this command for it to push to your um, GitHub. So because you've installed, so the first thing is to create a repository, then it takes you here. Then the next thing is to go to your VS Code. All right. So because you've installed your Git bash and you've installed your node, you can successfully push to the GitHub. I'm not done that yet now. So this is your VS Code, right? When I was explaining the interface of this VS Code, I said for the file, there's some things to be using here. Or edit, if you want to redo or do, you can still come here. I say on the select, you will not need anything here. Don't come here. View, maybe you want to change the interface of your VS Code. I say when you click on run, abi go, this go here, you don't need anything here, you don't need to look for anything here. Run, don't need anything here. And I said these three dots is when we want to push to GitHub. We'll now come back to this. That's what I was explaining there. So we're going to go back to there. So this three dots there, then you see this terminal. Are you there? I've been using the network for a while. It has not logged me out.
What is not me out?
So these three dots, probably look at my screen. The three dots here, go to the terminal. So under terminal, you see new terminal. So click on new terminal. Then it takes you here. This is new terminal.
Like, I don't know.
Okay, so these three dots, click on it. You see this new terminal. It brings see new terminal here. So when you click on it, it brings you here. Okay. So because we installed Git Bash, this bash is like an interface, like a command interface, just like you have your CMD. You know what CMD means? Command, let me show you. We have CMD, we have PowerShell. They are environments used to make some um, operations within the system or something. This command line interface. Okay, so the one that we are using is the Git Bash. So we have PowerShell. You click here and go and select your Git Bash. Okay, then you leave it on that terminal here. So let's wait for it. Oh, can also make it something here, but so this is how it's going to look like. Okay, and you can see it. For my document, this is my folder name, and this is the name of the project. Say hello site. You can see it here, say hello site. If it's not the same thing, just know that you're not the right project. So make sure it's the project that is open here. Okay, so now you just have to just follow step by step what is you are saying. They just be following it step by step. So skip the first one, move to the next one, git init. So git is like the command, the name, the terminology is used here because git bash. So this is git. Okay, so github I mean. So git init is to start the process. So I'll just copy this, Ctrl C, then I'll come here to paste. If I'm going to do Ctrl V, I'll just press this here. Git init. Right click. Yes. So git init. Now click on enter. So you can see initialize empty git repository. So you are able to start the process. You go back there, go and copy the next one. Skip the second one and type this. Though it's not there, just type this git add minus capital A. Okay, enter. Okay, so that's the second thing you do. The third one is to come to this line, skip the second one, come to this git commit. So let's commit the project. So this git commit minus m, and you can see the content inside this code. The wrote first commit is a comment. You can decide to remove it, and you can decide to leave it there. Okay, so you can't really use your mouse to come inside here to delete. You can only use your arrow key. Okay, so use your arrow key to go and delete what is inside. And I can put a comment saying maybe deploying to GitHub. GitHub. All right, then I click on enter. You can see it's showing creating mode, then it brings you back here. Then you can see this my thing that has changed to color green, then you come back to color white. All right, I also made mention of that time I was explaining that when you come here, this source control, you will come back to it when you are deploying, so we'll be using this source control later on. Okay, so the next one is this line, git branch minus capital M main. So this one means that it's very wrong of you to push your project using the master branch. Okay, so this next line, this one we're going to post now, this next command is changing the branch name from master to main. Okay, so don't need to edit anything there. All right, you are good to go. You can see the something has changed from master to main branch. Then copy the next one, git remote add origin, this link, my username and the project name dot git. Then I paste it here. I'll just be clicking on enter. So for your case, because yours is going to be the first time, it's going to tell you to put your name and your email there. So um, before you move further, so the last one is to push it. So git push minus u origin main. So let's push it. Enter. So let's wait for it while it's pushing. So it's saying permission to this 403 error. Wow, it denied me from pushing. So this is one of the issues you might try to face. So I'm going to come here. um oh 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 forgotten. And so I think I use this to push office work. So I'm going to ask me which branch, when I used to publish this branch now. So I'm going to ask ChatGPT. It's not supposed to give me this error. So I used to use this to work on office projects. So and where I push is different from the call that big bucket. So I need to change the branch. So I'm going to paste this here. Um, enter. Supposed to not bring the card. You should not give it this though. Okay. So I just follow through. Yeah. Um, it should be this. Oh, listen. Wait, what are you going to? This is not my account. This is the old one. So I'm coming. Supposed to be the Macau thing. This is not supposed to push it. This is not supposed to push it. Oh, so 38. So I have to do that again. No, so I've changed this from here. Macau's. How are you taking it to bless me? I'm sweating. No, no. Okay. I just follow this. Okay. It's not found. So let me log this out. Sign out. Yes. have to create another repository. 1, 2, 3. So let me go and create. I have two accounts, so that's the issue. So let me create it here. Still loading. So let's wait for it. Still loading. What is it? Any questions so far?
As class not to be like that, so I go download the app.
App.
As because I couldn't enter there, so I download it.
Huh?
No, the thing is still.
Okay, it's done. So let me go and create the repository here. I went to create it in the other account, not here. So that's the issue. So it's denying, it was denying me from coming in. That's gone back. Let it load. Still loading. Okay, it's done. So let's go and create the repository again here. So new repository. So you can see the name Macare step. That was the something I was push on. Say hello form. Checking availability. So it's available. Then I create. So I'm going to push it again. Say hello form git. Okay, you can see it's going, it's gone. So I will go back here and either click on the link here or you go back to your browser and refresh. So you can see that my something is here, my project is here. I only have index, style, and the background image. Okay, you can edit your code from here. But if you edit it here, the one that you have on your PC here, the local one here, will not get the update. So why edit it here? Just go and edit it on your PC. So let's get the link. Alright, so it's still loading. I don't want any hanging issues. So we've been able to successfully deploy to GitHub. Now we want to just get the public link so that we can send it to people while this is loading. So I'll go to settings. Hopefully it will take me to settings. So settings, okay. Then go to pages. Then deploy from branch, leave it like that. Click on this drop down none, select main branch. This will deploy from main branch. Then save. Don't worry, you don't need to even get it now because it has to progress. So save, you can see this notification here, GitHub pages source saved. Then go back to your code. Alright. Then you see this dot here that is saying pending. Click on it. So now you can see, you'll be able to see how it's going to be deploying, but let's look at it. You can just wait here, but let's look at let's click on details. So wait for it, is building, it's going to report build status. Then when it gets to deploy, when this deploy is green, you click on it. So deploy is already green, that means it's done. So click on this complete job. Error. Why? What's going on today? Ah, why is it showing error? This is my first time seeing this. Let me refresh. So I'll click on this link here. Can you see? It's already there, but my background is not showing. Why is my background not showing? I mean, the way I put it on my VS Code is not right. So I'm going to adjust it here and show you. I want to make adjustment on my code. So we're able to deploy on GitHub. And if I could send you this link, so let me send you this link. Where is it? Ma? I can send you this thing. Let me post it onto something. And you can be able to view it. You can see it comes with the HTTP stuff there. Okay, so let me go and check why my background image is not, so I can close this. Okay, so background image, why are you not showing? So let me do this. Let me just write background image. Let me come here. Where is the normal code? It's showing on normal code. So let me push back. So instead of going through that long method, I can just come here. Okay, click on these three dots, stage all changes. This one I just learned this one, so it's not that you have to do it. As you practice, you get this. Then I can commit my changes. I can just write a comment. Comments. The comment is changed. Probably it's the way it's holding the something. Background. Change background image. Okay, then I'll click on this dots, this mark sign. So when it is done, still loading. Okay, it's done. Then I'll go back here. Then okay, still loading. Still loading. Alright, so when it is stop, you can click on this, or you can come here, then push. Hmm? Why did that highlight? No, I didn't comment it. This is the image. Oh, the container of yes. And because we didn't use it now. So you're just there. So we've pushed back already and let's wait and see. So you're going to go through that method again. You're going to go through that method. You go back to code. And you see that GitHub is able to take that change. So you can see the comment I made. Change background image 2 minutes ago. So when you click on this to go through that same process again, if you want to look at it, you can click on it. or you can just refresh this one after 5 or 2 minutes. Still doesn't. This is just the deployment. Our background image is not still showing. Our background image is not still showing. What could be the reason? So let's put it. Let's push back. Come here. But we understand the form now. This is just pushing. Changes, stage or changes, commits. If it didn't work, we'll put the container back and put it in the container. Okay. Let's put any comments. Same. So let's wait for it. You know, we will work on the container. Is the network or why it's slow like this? So push back. We have to wait for 100 minutes again. Any question why this is loading? From the form. That one is very easy. If you have an issue with it, we can still. But this is weekend, sha. You will have enough time. You can still. You still have enough time. Let me check it. Can you see? Eh? Let me see. Can you see? This is already down. I said it. Yeah. They have issue with their side. Four. Two to download. The other one to create an account. Let's check it though. If it not still work, I'll put it in the container and try it last time. So let's uncomment this. Then uncomment this, uncomment this, then comment this. Let's see if it runs locally. So it's not running locally. So I'm gonna put heights there. So height 100 BH. Okay, let's finally push this. So I was able to comment the body on and use the container. That's why I don't use body tags. Are we here? Are you in the class? Fawaz? What is that? Put your leg down. Uh-uh. You're even playing football. Put your two legs down. This place we also teach something. Not only coding you do here. Don't come and misbehave here. You can do that one in your house. So let's push finally and go back there to see. Let's refresh. No, create an account. Sign up with, yeah, sign up with email. Yes. So let's wait for it to push. Let's check it. Okay, so our background image is now showing. Alright, so any question, we're able to deploy our projects on GitHub. We're supposed to use 95, but we're having issues at the moment. So this link, I can copy this link and send it to whoever I want to send it to. You can check your phone. So let me check my phone with it. I thought you guys have checked it on your phone.
How will you
Go
do
to your Slack now. I've sent the link to Slack. You're not here. You're playing game.
So I think like for those
I sent the link on the Slack the first time. You're supposed to check it. Mm, So let's check it. Check it.
and
That's what I said. Let me see how it looks like. It's responsive now. It's just at the center. Okay. That was not responsiveness now. It's not responsive though. To just be at the center because you position it to the center. So that's how yours should look like. But you notice that I changed. I didn't later use body tag again. I put it in a container and I gave it the height of 100 VH and I put the background in my container. Any question?
this is
What is that?
um, handwriter.
Your handwriting.
Yes.
Let me see.
It's not
What we
functional.
have here, Abi. That's why it's good to use Google Fonts. That what it's different. Cursive. The cursive is showing differently on my tab, on my text. Okay. Any other question? So without any further ado, we are done. Yes. So you're going to have like two assignments. This one and that one to try yourself, and on Monday we'll do classwork to be sure that you guys understand the You deploy. You watch the recording, but I think you might have issues with the deployment. So just make sure you download everything. On Monday, okay, we'll deploy. Yeah.